always feeling that I was defending something, always showing up in that sort of way, always explaining why I did things the way I did, why I was showing up the way I did. And here was the realization. That old version of me was built for survival, something I dealt with as a child that I needed to fulfill because that made me feel better about myself.
Yo, Big D in the house, baby. Relentless execution, you already know. This is for the dream chasers, the grinders, the doers. Let's get it. Relentless execution, we don't ever stop. Climbing to the top, we rise like a rocket. Big D's the name, yeah, I'm running the game. From the ground up, now they all know the name. Big D.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Big D Podcast. This is episode number 72. Today we're going to talk about the version of me that had to die. Welcome back to the Big D Podcast. I'm Dan Sikowski, and on this podcast we focus on three things: wealth, freedom, and relentless execution. Before we go anywhere and move forward, guys, hit subscribe. Like this episode, comment your biggest takeaway. Follow us on every platform: Instagram, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Help us spread the message. If you're serious about growth, you don't just consume. You want to engage now. You want to get people enrolled in where you are and help share the message with other people. But understand, with me, I understood that growth was important, and I had to become serious about that. I had to create what it is that I wanted and figure out that outcome, and I had to stop consuming all this stuff in my life, and I had to let go of some stuff. Some versions of us, you cannot enter the next season until you remove them, until you dissolve them, until you've outgrown them, until you've given them up and just let them go. Because there's things that we hold inside and we never share, things that we put on a box and we never talk about. And just recently, I had to let go of a version of myself that I feel is going to take me to the next level, open so many other doors, because it was actually my restriction. So before we move forward here, guys, let's talk about the sponsors of the Big D Podcast. We have Wabam, getwabam.com. They've got tons of cleaning products out there. We love all their stuff. We promote all their stuff. There's an upcoming show summer here of 2026 where we'll be at one of their events. Looking forward to that. I'm a guy who likes to keep everything clean. Those of you guys who know me, I'm super OCD with that stuff. Everything has to look good. I truly believe if you own it, it should always look new. It should always be taken care of. And their products do just that. They make everything look showroom. They make everything look good. And they have something that nobody else has. I'm not sure what it is, but I've tried everything out there, and I stand behind these guys. So check out getwabam.com. Use code BIGD10 for a discount. Proud Father Apparel. These guys are huge. Their mission is huge. They've been with us since the beginning of the show. These guys, it's for dads who go out there and honor their family. They go to work. They come back home from work. And they show up as a father. They do the duty as a dad. So check them out, proudfatherapparel.com. Use code BIGD15 for a discount. And also our charity. You're going to see a video here throughout the podcast from Ability Tree, abilitytree.org. Check them out. Super close to our heart. What they do is they focus on families that are impacted by disability, and they have a big movement going on. We're so honored to be a part of their movement, be a part of what they're doing, and be able to share them. So check them out at abilitytree.org. We ask people just to donate so minimal. Guys, $1 a month, $1 a day, whatever it is, everything will help a family. We spend money stupid ways and dumb directions, and we have things sitting in our house with the tags on. We have things that we haven't even opened. To be able to help a family who's going through something become better, do better, be better because of that support, that's just super close to my heart, and it should be to yours as well. Also, my coaching platforms, I have a bunch of different stuff going on. I've got my coaching, my one-on-one coaching, bigdcoaching.com. I got my speaking events, bigdspeaking.com. We have 11 book events across the board right now in the beginning here of 2026, more events to come. And my Big D Mastermind, we have 8 events. One already has taken place in New Jersey. We have 4 in Florida coming up and 3 more in New Jersey. BigDmastermind.com. Be a part of the movement and watch what we're doing and be a part of that growth. Now, let's get into this episode. someone asked me, why was it important and why is it important for us and you to continue to work on yourself? Well, what I realized was I was self-destructing everything. Every time I would build something up, I would just hit a point where I'd have to start over because that was the ceiling of my life. That was exactly where my pendulum swung as high as it could swing, and it just would go back. And I had to figure out some deep inner work on why was all this stuff self-sabotaging, relationships, businesses, different stuff like this. And the old version of me was hyper-aggressive, always pushing, always reacting, always ready for battle. That old version of me was built from survival from childhood at a young age where I just needed to survive. I just needed to do something. That old version of me handled chaos day in and day out. That old version of me carried so much pressure. But that old version was always on. There was never an off switch. No switch, continuing 24/7, day in and day out. People were always seeing it. Like, how do you always go? Like, how do you operate at such a high level? You never take the time to slow down. To me, for many years, everything felt urgent. Everything felt like I was at war. I built companies in one season. Okay, it's done. Self-fulfilling. But everything kept limiting me to the next step, Like, I can get to that step so quick. I just couldn't get to the next one. I couldn't figure out the next one. I couldn't evolve. And that old version of me had a cost. Tons of mental noise. Tons of emotional tension. Always feeling that I was defending something. Always showing up in that sort of way. Always explaining why I did things the way I did. Why I was showing up the way I did. And here was the realization. That old version of me was built for survival. Something I dealt with as a child that I needed to fulfill because that made me feel better about myself. The old version of me that built that survival in my life, it wasn't the version of me that was going to build the best legacy, be able to show my kids the best example. And survival actually requires tons of aggression. Legacy requires composure. So it's time for me, and it's been time for me to compose myself, get myself in a different light, in a different way. And that right there, guys, that's different energy. Hey guys, quick interruption to the show. We have Joe and Micah here from Ability Tree. Joe, why don't you share with us what you do at Ability Tree?
Hey, yeah, thank you, Dan. So we come alongside families impacted by disability by providing rest, recreation, education, support, and training, basically bringing families impacted by disability out of isolation into community.
Awesome. Hey guys, after this video, you're going to see a link in the caption. Make sure you check out Ability Tree and check out his mission here with Micah. Awesome. So I want to ask you, if you're still operating on survival mode, even though you're no longer in survival, you're fighting battles in your daily life that don't even exist. I did that. That's super, super exhausting. Now let's get a little deeper on this. What did I let go of? Why was it important? Well, number one, for years, I needed to react instantly. As soon as something happened, I had to be there. As soon as there was a call, I had to be there. I always reacted so fast. I needed to win every conversation. Not that I had to prove myself that I was right, but I just wanted the principle to be behind it. Like, hey, this is the reason why, or this is why I showed up this way, this is why this would happen this way. I needed to defend everything for many, many years, up until like the last 10 years. I consistently needed to prove my strength day in and day out. Letting go of that version of me has been super uncomfortable. But what I've seen in the last couple of years is that's what built my past, but that's not going to build my future. My present had to change. For my future to change and not look like my past, I had to identify these things. But growth required shedding. I had to shed all this stuff that was holding me back, this stuff that was damaging me internally that maybe I wasn't sharing. Sometimes Evolution feels like betrayal from your former self, like you're leaving that part of you behind and you feel bad about it. But the best thing you could do is grow out of your old version so you could become your new version. That's not betrayal. That's actually graduation. I'm sure if you go back the last 70 episodes, you're going to see a different version of me. This new version of me is calm, it's measured, it's strategic, it's selective, but I'm still strong. I'm still disciplined. I still show up. Here's what's changing. I'm still going to be relentless no matter what. But now, super intentional on how I deliver that relentless execution. Less reaction to all the things going on in my life. Creating a lot more strategy on how I'm going to make it happen for the best of myself and everybody involved. I don't need to prove myself to anybody. I've already done all the things I set myself off to do in this world. Now my job is to choose who's going to be a part of the future. Who am I going with? Where am I going? I got that composure there. There's no more ego. There's no more, Dan is the driver. I'm on a bus with all the people that can fill that bus with me who are going to the same destination, who want to reach the same highest heights. Still relentless, like I said, but controlled. Controlled lifestyle in a way where you're going to execute at your highest levels. Power under control is absolutely true leadership. Uncontrolled power has only set to chaos in my past life. That life is behind me. I've graduated. I've died from that old person. I'm now ready to be this next better version of me so I can serve at a higher level. And I get to choose today what controls me and what doesn't. Who I can control with the things that I'm bringing to the market and who I don't want to control. And I don't say control in controlling people, but controlling situations, controlling movement, controlling growth in a positive way for every single person that I'm looking to impact. So, what version of you needs to die? You got to ask yourself this question. The insecure one, the reactive one, the ego-driven one, which one? We cannot carry old armor into a new season. We must shed, just like a snake sheds its skin to get into that new way. We must shed. It's a lot easier for a man to walk into a room with no armor than a man who's already set with all the armor. That man has more courage. That man has more desire. That man has more discipline and more belief in himself. Meaning, if there's a man walking into war, and one man has no armor on, and he believes that he can take this mission on and do everything he has to do, and he can just walk in absolutely bulletproof, but nothing protecting him. That's confidence to know that he's going the way, he's going in the direction. Then the other man has all the bulletproof armor on, everything on, sheds of armor, and you can't even get through him, no matter how hard you try. This man doesn't have the confidence. And I'm not saying that if you go to war, you shouldn't be shielded up and protected. I'm saying in a war of life, if you're wearing this armor, this protective armor, so that you don't have to battle things, and you don't allow your heart to come out, and you don't allow things to go in because you're protected, you're not going to be able to evolve to the best version of yourself. You can't carry old armor into a new season. If this episode hit you guys, subscribe, like, drop a comment, and share it. This is how we move everything along. And if you're serious about evolving around men who are growing at a higher level, but walking into life without that armor, check out BigDMastermind.com. Check out BigDCoaching.com. If you're looking for me to speak at any of your events, BigDSpeaking.com. And I want to throw back to my sponsors again. Thank you to Wabam, GetWabam.com. Thank you to Proud Father, ProudFatherApparel.com. Go to getwabam.com, use code BigD10 for a discount. Go to proudfatherapparel.com, use code BigD15 for a discount. Also, Ability Tree, this is our foundation of choice. We support them. We ask you to do everything that you can to be part of this movement, to help these guys get what they're doing across the board, because without people like us spreading the movement, supporting the movement's not going to go. So this is the Big D Podcast, Wealth, Freedom, and Relentless Execution, and I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you at the top.
Yo, Big D in the house, baby. Relentless execution, you already know. This is for the dream chasers, the grinders, the doers. Let's get it. Relentless execution, we don't ever stop. Climbing to the top, we rise like a rocket. Big D's the name, yeah, I'm running the game. From the ground up, now they all know the name. Big D. Started from the bottom, had a vision so clear. Building empires from the sweat and the tears. Serial entrepreneur, that's the brand I wear. In the game for the long haul, I'm always prepared. From the business to the podcast, always making moves. Every step calculated, never losing the groove. Study the greats, now I'm making my own rules. Success in my blood, ain't no way I'll lose. I got systems, got strategies, laid out the plan. Built a dynamic lifestyle, that's the Big D brand. Raised a family on vision, now I take a stand. Roadmap to success, it's in the palm of my hand. We're relentless execution, we don't ever stop.